What's up, guys? This is Killer Arcade Games. I'm Chris, and welcome to the Shed-Cade again. I'm actually outside right now, and it's like 103 or something ridiculous. But I'm going to go inside, and I want to show you what the Shed-Cade looks like now. It's actually changed a little bit since I brought Killer Instinct 2 in, so here we go. All right, fisheye lens is on because you need it to see everything in here. Look at this. All right. So it's still a little bit of a mess right now because, well, not really. Moving KI2 in here made it a bit of a mess. Let's go to the left side of the room first. Nothing's really changed here. My stuff that I forgot to hide because I feel embarrassed. That's my like stuffed animal from when I was a little kid. I was born on Halloween, so got that at Chuck E. Cheese though. It's gaming related. And then Lady Cag made me a stuffed bear one time, so I gotta put it in here, right? But nothing's really changed over here. It's still the same. KI2 manual sitting there. I gotta put that in the cabinet at some point. Here's where the big changes have happened. I've actually, as you probably know if you've been following the channel, bought a KI2 a couple months ago, got a great price on it, had to repair the monitor, had to repair a few things. But it's now in place in here, which meant I had to do some rearranging, so I thought I'd show you around the new Shed-Cade setup. So first of all, Mortal Kombat 4 has moved down this way. Target Terror used to sit here, it's over there now. And MK4 is here. I got Quan Chi staring at me when I'm sitting here playing Xbox. It's kind of awkward, but what are you gonna do? Mr. Divizio, look at the eyes on this guy. I want to say they're beautiful, but maybe not so much with that makeup on. Kind of scary. Moving on. Killer Instinct. I wanted the KI art to be the one that was really seen because Spinal and all that. It's like my favorite arcade game of all time. But it has to sit next to KI2 and it has to go in sequential order, in my opinion. So here it is. KI is now sandwiched in the middle. KI2 is sitting here, and these two games have not moved or anything. They're still in their same spot. Let's get onto this side of the Shed-Cade where things have really changed. Carnival stayed here. I wanted Carnival to move where MK4 is, but there's a real big perk to having Carnival here. It saves me space. It's wide, actually with this TV on top, it's as wide as a real arcade, which is a 32-inch screen. And if you don't know much about this cabinet, it's a arcade one up I cut the top off of. It's got a PC inside, 2 send-in light guns, and it plays tons of light gun games without having to have a dedicated cabinet for each one. So I'll probably keep this one for a really long time. But the big bonus is, yes, it's wide up front, but it's not wide in the back because it's an arcade one-up. So that means I don't have to worry about blocking my switches. This is right when I walk in the door. This is how, dimmers and all that, I turn the lights on. This is my door light, everything. I can't block it with an arcade machine or I can't reach it. And having to keep one moved down means less space over here. So as much as I didn't want it here, I think it just serves a really good purpose right there. Let's move over, and in between here, hidden is my streaming PC. So when I'm live streaming, that's where it's coming from. I just plug all the cameras in there, easy access to reach all the games, and I use these two screens on the wall, have an HDMI splitter, and that way I can see what's going on. Next to it is this monstrosity, heavy as hell Target Terror. By far the hardest cabinet I've ever moved. I'm personally dreading the idea of selling it. Eventually it's going to get sold because I get kind of bored of it, but it is a really good light gun game. It's really fun. And eventually it's going to need to be sold, and I'm dreading it. I'm even thinking of taking the monitor out to get it out of here, but even getting that huge 27-inch, probably 100-pound monitor out of the front of this thing is going to be difficult. That's a whole nother video for another time, but for now, it's here. The only bad thing about it being where it is, and this is why I wanted to put it right here, really, is I don't have a lot of room right here. You could still comfortably play the game, but your back's going to be up against Hydro Thunder if you're on the player 1 side. Player 2 has plenty of room to clear out and play normally, but you got to make these sacrifices when you have too many games, I guess, too. So this is where it gets kind of odd, in my opinion. I use this website called planyourroom.com. It's where I can take the measurements of all the machines and just kind of at least get their footprint visualized on like a big graph, so I can map out where I want everything. And that's exactly what I did when I built the shed. That's how I knew how everything could go before it was even built. So it was very helpful because I originally was going to go with a 10 by 20 building, and I'm so glad I did. And I went with a 12 by 18, got more square footage, had more room to actually work in here. So Blitz was always sitting here, but I took these two machines, moved them against this wall, and they are crammed together. The risers are all touching each other. And I don't normally like that. Like if you notice over here, I keep these machines spaced out so you can at least take a peek in between and potentially see some side art. I don't like everything too crammed together, especially what good's it gonna do at this point? Even if I crammed all of these to one side, it would give me like another maybe 18 inches over here. I don't even know. It's not really worth it. So can't fit another game there, so who cares? But this is a little odd. Like, you come around the corner of Target Terror and you have a little cove over here to play Mortal Kombat. And this is actually the reason I crammed them together, is because I needed room to hide this stuff. This is all my camera mounts and all that for when I stream and record stuff. And I needed the room, so it had to be done this way. And I know a lot of you are going to be asking, why don't you just get rid of the arcade 1-ups? Just get rid of them, well, actually, if you look around, I only have room for one more real machine if I get rid of 3 of these. So the reason is for one, I still play Blitz, and I like having the proper button layout for it. It just feels better that way. I love playing Killer Instinct Online. They did a great job with it, and it's still fun. The community's still a lot of fun too. And of course, MK2, you know, or all the Mortal Kombat games, as much as the AI annoys the hell out of me, having this proper button layout just feels better. Eventually, I'll probably get rid of all of these, but it's going to take a little time. And one arcade 1-up is missing, and I'll cover that in just a second. But yeah, so I'm not quite ready to let go of these. Actually, I really kind of think this worked out in a weird way, though. I'm quite happy about it. Let me get all the way back here to the window. It kind of worked out. I mean, I still have room to move around in here. If I've got like 3 or 4 people in here, which never happens, you'd think I'd have people over all the time, but it doesn't happen. But even if I had a couple people in here, everyone could comfortably play games. And I mean, you're going to be, you know, if someone's trying to play Blitz and someone's trying to play Rush, they're going to be in the way, but things like that are going to happen. I don't have a ton of room in here. I'm just grateful for what I do have in here. Okay, so it is hot in here. I was just looking out that window actually, because we had a poor bunny rabbit was in our yard when I came outside. And like I said, I think I mentioned earlier in the video, it's now got dropped to a nice 102. But with the heat index, it is like 111, 112 sometimes here in the afternoon. It's just been brutal. And this poor rabbit was outside. I saw it when I opened the back door. I was like, oh, I didn't want to scare it. And I took a picture of it and everything. And I realized it wasn't really moving. So I walked slowly to the shed so I didn't disturb it. It was trying to use the shade from the shed, I guess, to cool down. I just felt so bad for it. I was peeking at it out the window and everything, and it's like shaking. So Lady Cag came out, tried to give it some water from the hose, and it ran away, of course. But anyway, this heat is brutal. The reason I flipped the camera around is, yes, one of these is missing. And the tough part is it's my original arcade 1-up mod. It's my Killer Instinct original 1-up that I made in like 2018, I think. I don't know. It's what started the channel, and I'm not ready to get rid of it, and I don't know what to do with it. It's now sitting in the garage, and it makes me feel bad every time I go out there. I'm not going to sell it right now. I'm not going to give it away. I don't know. We got to figure out what to do with it. Maybe I'll put it in the bedroom upstairs, and, you know, Lady Cag's going to love that. All women love a fake arcade sitting in the bedroom, right? All right, guys, so that's what's going on in the Shed-Cade now. This is where we're at. And I think it's good so far. I was really worried I wouldn't like the layout of it, but I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good, actually. So thank you guys so much for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. We'll see where we go from here. I don't have any real plans to pick up any more machines at the moment. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means I have no plans for it at the moment. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the new layout. If you have any suggestions, throw it at me. But I think I've pretty much exhausted all possible ideas that makes sense, at least. I know a lot of people are going to want me to just get rid of the drums, get rid of all this other stuff. Yes, I could get rid of the drums. Yes, I could do all that, get rid of the TVs, but I really can't. I need this space for that stuff. I don't have anywhere else for it. And even if I got rid of that, I only have room for maybe 2 to 3 more machines total without blocking the air conditioner and all that. So it's not really worth it to me. I'm very lucky to have what I have already. I'm not complaining one bit. So yeah, just let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions on how to maximize this space that I do have. And thank you guys so much for watching. I know videos have been sparse lately. I've been extremely busy with real work, unfortunately, but I'm going to try really hard to get back into making videos here soon. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.